friend, Ronald Dawson.
Oh?
Well, I think I'm expected.
You sure you have the right house?
Isn't this the Lane house?
That's right.
I've got a date with Patty.
You have? Come on in. I'll tell her you're here. Patty?
Yeah?
Your date is here.
Okay, I'll be right down.
Well, come on in. Make yourself comfortable.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day. Where Kathy adores a minuet, the ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves her rock and roll, her hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet! Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Sit down.
Cigarette?
No, thank you. Are you... Well, that is, you're not still in school with Patty, are you?
Oh, no. I graduated several years ago.
I see. What do you do, Mr. Dawson?
Oh, please, call me Ronnie.
I'd rather call you Mr. Dawson.
I work for Duncan, Pierce, and Ludwell, Coles, and Hart.
Aren't you spreading yourself a little thin with all those jobs?
Oh, no. That's one firm. We're stockbrokers.
You're not out of college already, are you?
Oh, no, I decided against college. I figured, why waste the time? When the rest of those eager beavers get out of school, I might be a partner by then.
Well, Ronald, how are you?
Hi, Patty.
Nice to see you again. Well, you haven't changed much, but on a little weight, I see.
Oh, yeah, well, I've had that for quite some time.
If you'll excuse me.
Oh, incidentally, Mr. Lane, if you ever need any advice about the market, anytime.
How long did you say you'd been with that firm of yours?
Well over 2 months.
Really?
Ah, look at you, Patty.
Yeah, same old Patty.
Hey, Matt, do you know about this?
About what?
Oh, about this fella Patty's going out with.
Well, I know that he used to go to school with her and that he graduated a few years ago. What's wrong with him?
Well, I mean, he's old enough to be her,
Older brother?
All I know is he's got a car that costs twice as much as mine and a mustache.
Oh, I'd like to see that sometime.
What? Oh,
Car
a car
with
with
a
a
mustache.
Natalie, this is nothing to kid about.
Hey, you know what I was thinking? Have you ever been to the place?
No,
Well, then that's where we're going. They got a wild group and it really swings.
that sounds groovy.
The only thing is it's in New Jersey and it's quite a drive. You don't have to be home any special time, do you?
Really, Ron, what do you think I am, a child? I'll just say goodnight to my folks.
Well, you may think she's old enough to take care of herself, but I think that Patty's...
Patty's what?
Oh, ready to go out, apparently.
Yeah.
Where are you going, dear?
Well, that's what I came in to ask you about. Ronnie wants to take me to someplace in New Jersey, and I wondered if it would be all right if I came in a little later.
What?
Well, it's just that it's a long drive, and I might be a little late.
Nothing doing.
Dad, what do you want Ronnie to think I'm a child?
Yes. Now, Patty, we have a long-standing rule. You're to be in at 12 o'clock, and that's final. And don't forget to turn off the porch light.
Do you know how many years you've been reminding me about the porch light, and have I ever forgotten?
Maybe it's because your father's never forgotten to remind you, dear.
Thank you.
What am I going to tell Ronnie?
Well, you'll think of something. You always do.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, dear.
Great. Look.
Thank you.
All set?
But Ron, would you mind very much if we didn't go to New Jersey?
You don't want to go?
Well, it's not that. It's just that... You won't laugh, will you?
What is it?
Well, I get car sick on long drives.
Well, suppose I just drive slowly.
No, that would make me even car sicker. Look, why don't we just go to a nice early movie?
All right, Patty.
Thanks.
You really like that movie?
Oh, yeah, I thought it was very interesting. Particularly the part...
I thought it was terrible. Terrible.
Yeah, but I like the part where the guy...
The whole thing was ridiculous. In the first place, no stockbroker would ever gamble with a client's money. It's against our code.
Oh, really?
Then you take the part where the cops came in and he broke down and blubbered. Well, no self-respecting stockbroker, but... Are you worried about the time?
Oh, no. It's only 11:15. I've got all the time in the world.
Well, now, what was I saying?
Well, it's 11:45, Nat.
Martin, do you realize that you have looked at your watch every 3 minutes for the last hour?
That's not true.
You're right. You've really been doing it for the last 2 hours. Come on upstairs and let's go to sleep.
I'm not tired, Nat.
Don't be silly. Usually at this hour, you can't keep your eyes open.
Well, usually my daughter's out with a boy, not a man.
Now, you take the average guy who was in my class at school, it'll be, 4 to 6 years before he's making the kind of money I am. I've gotten 2 raises already. What time is it?
10 to 12.
Why don't we go somewhere and have a bite to eat?
Ronald Dawson?
Yeah. What's the matter?
I'm from the Diamond Loan Company.
You fellows certainly have a strange way of drumming up business. Here, give me a call in the office tomorrow. I'll see what I can do for you.
Look, Sonny, you're 3 car payments behind, and you were warned. Out.
Well, now, wait a minute. You can't do this to me. I'm a stockbroker and a respected member of the community.
No? Well, here's a writ of replevin that says we can.
Patty, this whole thing is a terrible mistake. You must have mixed me up with someone else.
The only mix-up is when you changed garages 3 times. But we finally caught up with you.
Come on, Patty. I'll try and find a cab.
Oh, wait a second. Do you go anywhere near Remsen Street?
Sure.
Would you mind dropping me off at my house?
Not at all.
You're satisfied. It's 1:30 and she's not home yet.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the porch light's still on.
Well, maybe she forgot to turn it off.
Oh, Natalie.
Oh, porch light.
Are you sure?
What do you mean, am I sure?
Well, she could be raiding the refrigerator.
I'll have a talk with that young lady.
Martin, wait.
What is it?
Why spoil her whole evening? I mean, couldn't you wait and spoil her evening in the morning?
Okay.
Won't you have some cereal, dear?
Yeah, okay.
Did you sleep well, Patty?
Me? Like a bunny.
Would it interest you to know that I didn't?
Oh, really? What's the matter? Indigestion?
In a way, yeah. I guess you could say there was something I had a little difficulty swallowing.
Did you do something about it?
I wanted to, but your mother objected.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Patty, haven't you got something to say to your mother and me?
To you and Mom? Oh, my. Happy anniversary, Mom.
Patty.
Happy anniversary, Dad.
Patty.
Why didn't you two remind me?
Patty.
No, I-
It's not our anniversary.
It isn't?
No. What I'm upset about, Patty, is the time that you got home last night.
Why? I was in bed by 12.
You were what?
Well, I've finished, if you'll excuse me.
Are you finished, Ross?
Just about, but I want to hear this.
I think you better straighten up your room.
But he's starting to yell. Can't I just...
Ross!
Yeah, well, I think I'd better go straighten up my room.
What's this all about?
It's about the fact that I can't believe my ears, Patty. Now, breaking the rules is one thing, but I never thought I'd hear you deliberately lie about it.
Lie? Not lying. About what?
Patty, we know you weren't in by 12.
Yes, I was.
Really? Well, then let me tell you something, young lady. At 1:30, I checked your room and you were still out.
No, I wasn't.
Don't tell me that, Patty. The porch light was still on.
Oh, I can explain that.
I'm not interested in hearing any of your explanations.
You're not?
No,
Even if I've got a reasonable one?
you couldn't have. Well?
May I be excused?
But you haven't eaten a thing, dear. You're excused. Martin, she's hurt.
Well, that's too bad, Nat. But this is the first time that Patty has ever lied to us, deliberately like that. And I'm not going to let her cry her way out of it.
Patty? Ross told me what happened. Ross? He wasn't even in the kitchen. Well, he wasn't very far away. Why didn't you tell your father what happened? I tried, but he wouldn't listen. Well, I'm sure if you told him the truth. I told him the truth the first time, and he didn't believe me. Why should he believe me the second time? Aren't you being a little childish, Patty? I'm sure if you explained to him, he didn't want to hear an explanation. He said so in so many words. So you're not going to tell him? What's the use, Kathy? He doesn't trust me, that's all. He just doesn't trust me. All right, Patty. And Kathy. Yes? This is between Dad and me. Understand? I understand.
Oh, hi, Nat. Patty say anything about why she came in so late last night?
She hasn't said anything about anything.
No apologies? Nothing? I don't know why she's so mad. Of course, that's the way a guilty conscience usually works.
Yes, Dr. Freud.
Natalie, this is not a kidding matter. Now, we're going to have to punish her. You know that.
We?
Well, don't try to put it all on me. I mean, it's a case of deliberate disobedience. We can't ignore that.
I know.
Now, I think that 2 weeks without dates would be an appropriate punishment. What do you think?
Oh, I guess so.
Oh, don't be wishy-washy about it, Nat. We've got to put up a united front.
Yes, Martin.
Okay, 2 weeks without dates. Agreed?
Yes, Martin.
I'm sure she won't resent it when you tell it to her.
Yes, Martin. When I tell her, what happened to the United Front?
Well, I mean... Hi, Patty.
Hi, Dad.
Patty, I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
Okay.
Right in here's fine.
Okay.
Sit down, honey.
Oh, it's okay. I'll stand.
Oh, I think I smell something burning.
Nat. Now, Patty, as far as last night is concerned, don't you feel that some sort of an apology is in order?
No, sir, I don't.
That's your considered judgment?
Yes, sir.
Well, then you're going to have to be punished.
Okay.
Now, let me ask you this. What do you think would be appropriate?
How about the electric chair?
All right, Patty, if you don't want to be serious about this. Now, I have decided, that is, your mother and I have decided, that you are to have no dates for the next 2 weeks.
No dates?
That's right.
Okay. Anything else?
No?
Hi, Rich. Patty. What time are you picking me up tonight? 8 o'clock. Okay. See you then. Bye.
Hey, Patty, what was that about?
Where's Richard?
He's picking you up at 8 for what?
We have a date to go dancing.
Patty, you must be kidding. I just got through telling you no dates for 2 weeks.
That starts tomorrow.
Who decided that?
But, Dad, I made this date with Richard a long time ago.
Well, that's just too bad.
But I just told him it was okay.
You can call him back and tell him it's not.
That's not fair.
Martin.
Natalie, please. Now, look, Patty, you and I have to come to an understanding about this.
Dad, I made the date with Richard, and I've got to keep it.
You're going to do nothing of the sort.
Why should Richard suffer just because you decide to put your foot down?
Oh, now, wait a minute, young lady. Just because you feel sorry for yourself, don't try to make me out a tyrant.
Then stop treating me like this. I'm not a child.
And you're not an adult either. Because an adult abides by the rules. And if an adult breaks the rules, then he accepts his punishment without whining about how unfairly he's being treated. And he certainly doesn't lie about it.
Can I go now?
Yeah.
Ross, take some vegetables.
I took some.
1 carrot is not some vegetables. More potatoes, Patty? More carrots? How about a slice of meat? Oh, did I tell you about the wonderful name we picked for the church sale? We're going to call it the Bazaar Bazaar. I'll get it.
I'll get it. I'll get it. Hello? No, I'm sorry. Patty's at dinner right now. Oh, hello, Richard. Well, what was the message you wanted to give her? It'd be a little late picking her up. Richard, you'll be even later than that because Patty's not going out tonight. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Richard. She'll explain it to you when she talks to you. Now, goodbye.
You had no right to do that.
Oh, young lady, don't talk to me about rights. Why didn't you call him and cancel that date like I told you to?
Ross, finish your dinner.
You know, Patty, I don't know what's gotten into you. Breaking the rules, lying, defying me.
I didn't break any rules.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because I didn't.
All right, Patty, do we or do we not have a rule that you have to be in at 12 o'clock?
I was in by 12.
Well, then why weren't you in your bed when I checked it at 1:30?
Because I went downstairs to turn off that porch light. That's why.
You went down to... Well, honey, well, why didn't you tell me that? Why didn't you explain that to me this morning?
Because you said you weren't interested in hearing any of my explanations.
I said that?
Those were your exact words.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous, Patty. Why did you tell me anyway?
I mean, why didn't I defy you?
Well...
Why couldn't you just trust me?
Patty, can I come in? Oh, well, go on ahead, honey. Don't let me interrupt. Patty, I could go on at great length about misunderstandings and human frailty, but I don't want to bore you. So I'll just say I'm sorry. I was wrong. Honey, don't you understand? I'm trying to apologize. Well, guess you decided to stay mad at me, huh? I don't blame you. I mean, I let you down. And when you've come to expect a certain kind of behavior from a person, that's a pretty awful experience, isn't it?
That's right.
Well, then maybe you could understand why I did it. Because, you see, I'd come to expect a certain kind of behavior from you, and I didn't think I was getting it. Now, I was wrong about that, but I didn't know that. So, I guess we both had a pretty hard time getting over our disappointment, haven't we? Do you mind? Gee, I've fooled around with that for a long time. I wonder if, no, you probably don't remember it. It's just a kind of a silly old song I used to sing to you when you were still in pigtails. See, I think it went like this. A great magician taught me a secret spell to say, and so I use these magic words to steal your heart away. Chemo, chimo, stare, ma-hi, ma-ho, ma-rumpa, sticker, pumpernickel, soup, bang, nip-cat, parliamentary cameo. I love you. Chemo, chimo, stare, ma-hi, ma-ho, ma-rumpa, sticker, pumpernickel, soup, bang, nip-cat, parliamentary cameo. Oh, Patty, I'm so sorry.
Martin?
Anything wrong, Mom?
Oh, no, dear. It's just that your father isn't home yet.
Oh,
You can't still be bowling at 2 o'clock in the morning.
well, maybe he just went down to the kitchen to get something to eat.
Well, I don't think so, dear. The porch light's still on.
Oh. Well, this is a fine time to be coming home.
You mean you think I went bowling in my pajamas?
No. I think you very ingeniously left your pajamas downstairs in case you were caught sneaking in.
What are you doing down there?
I came down to turn off the porch light.
Oh, really?
What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
just walking around and looking.
Oh, yes, I remember it well.
Yesterday, Dad took me shopping on a terribly fashionable street called Rue Saint.
Rue Saint-Honoré.
Yeah, how'd you know?
I took your mother shopping there once. Left a permanent scar on my wallet.
Hey, listen to this. Dad bought me the most beautiful evening dress, and it looked so terrific on, I made him get one for you, too.
Now, isn't that just like Kathy?
Tell Uncle Martin's dad is sending him the bill.
Isn't that just like her father?
Come on, Dad, don't be mad. A real Paris creation. I can't wait till it gets here. Mom, do you think they could have delivered it while you were out shopping?
No, dear. Ross was here all afternoon.
Look, Ross, I'm expecting a very important package from Paris. He's not even listening. Ross? I said Kathy sent me a package from Paris, France. And if you happen to be here when it arrives, would you please put it... Why don't you listen to me? Would you...
Is this it?
Well, why didn't you tell me before?
Oh, you know how I am. When I work on my cars, I get carried away.
How'd you like to really get carried away? Well, how do I look?
Like a girl in her first Paris creation.
Oh, Pat, it's a sensation.
Thanks, Mom. That must be Richard. Oh, Father, would you get the door, please?
Certainly, daughter.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to make an entrance.
Hi, folks. Patty ready? Hi, Pat. We're late. Let's go.
Richard, take a look around. Don't you notice something special?
Yeah, you had the place painted.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair. But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, a hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet. Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Someone ought to give a formal dinner party. That's right. I think it's time we all moved up to gracious living. Don't you agree, Monica?
Yes. Besides, I'd love an excuse to get really dressed up.
And not just us girls. We'll make the boys dress, too.
Like suits and ties?
Why just suits and ties? We'll make them wear tuxedos.
Oh, that would be wild.
Then what's stopping us? Let's just decide here and now we're going to have a formal sit-down dinner party.
With place cards and silver.
And candlelight and wine.
Wine?
Okay, candlelight and soda pop.
Well, I'm with you. When?
How about Saturday night?
That's perfect.
Great.
Too.
Good. Then we're all agreed, right?
Right. What time do you want us at your house, Patty?
Well, I think it's a lovely idea. How many people are you having?
Just 4 couples. I want it to be a small, quiet, charming affair.
What are you planning to serve?
Well, I thought I'd leave that up to Andre.
Who's Andre?
He's the French chef he can hire by the night. Well, Mom, he's very in, and he only charges $50 a night.
I will do the chefing. I may be out, but I work cheap.
You have tickets for the theater Saturday.
For $50, I'll cook before I go.
Well, can we at least have a butler to serve?
No. Any other small, simple, charming, quiet ideas?
Well, I did think it would be nice to have a gypsy violinist kind of stroll around and play.
Oh, everybody does that. Why don't we hire Lawrence Welk?
Okay, Mom, let's talk about the menu.
Well, everybody loved what I served at your birthday dinner.
Chicken soup and lamb chops?
Richard loved it.
Richard loves grass. Mom, I'm not putting on my Paris creation to eat lamb chops.
All right. What do you suggest?
Here, I copied this down out of your French cookbook. To start, pâté maison Breton.
Fine.
What is it?
Chopped liver. I'll call Sam's Delicatessen.
The soup. Petite marmiton à Louis XIV.
Chicken broth.
Chicken broth named after a famous French king?
He loved quiet, simple, charming food. What next?
Main course.
What about côtelette d'agneau?
Hey, that's groovy. What is it?
Lamb chops.
At an elegant black tie dinner party?
We'll dress the chops in elegant little black panties. What about dessert?
Well, can't you think of something?
What about cheese and fresh fruit?
Ma, nobody likes cheese, and if you have fresh fruit, the boys are liable to start playing catch with it.
Yes, that's always a problem at an elegant dinner party.
What are we gonna have?
Pat, do you remember that fruit cake your Aunt Ellen used to send us at Christmas?
That'd be perfect. Do you know how to make it?
No, but I'll write Uncle Jed and have him send the recipe.
It's gonna be a groovy dinner. Yes. 1 dozen carnations, 1 dozen gladiolas, 2 bunches of daisies, and 1 dozen roses.
Are you ordering for a dinner party or a gangster's funeral?
Yes, I'll need them late Saturday afternoon. Okay, fine. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Let's see now. Flowers, nuts, candles. Oh, I must remember to get candles. Ross, what are you doing Saturday?
You're inviting me to your dinner party?
No, I'm inviting you to get lost.
I'll get it.
I'm not going to let anybody or anything interfere with my party, including
Uncle Jed.
Hattie?
Uncle Jed?
What a wonderful surprise.
Yeah. Natalie, you're looking pretty in a blue ribbon Guernsey.
Oh, Jed, you always say the nicest things.
Want to know something? That extra weight's right becoming to you.
Uncle Jed, hi!
Hold it there. Don't cop to being kissed by strangers. Who is this young lady? Don't tell me. It's Patty. Heh, filled out real nice, ain't she?
We're hoping she'll bring us a blue ribbon.
Huh? Huh. Hey, who's this young fella? Can't be Ross. He warn't no more than a spindle-shank calf last time I saw him.
Well, I've grown into a spindle-shank boy.
Well, it certainly has been a long time. Too long, in fact.
Yep, that's just what I got thinking myself when you wrote me asking for Aunt Ellen's fruitcake recipe. Thought to get on the bus and deliver it in person.
Well, we're just delighted that you did. Come in. Martin's going to be so upset that he wasn't here to meet you.
Oh. Still keeping this place hot as a blast furnace, ain't you?
Oh, well, it's not really warm. It's just that our furnace is a great deal more efficient than that old coal stove up at the farm.
Oh? Can you roast chestnuts over your furnace?
Fix the thermostat, Ross.
Yeah.
Sit down, Uncle Jed. Sit down.
Thank you. Well, so you got a new divan. Mighty fancy. Uh-oh. Somebody's went and tore the cellophane off of that there lampshade. Say, you don't want these lights on in the broad daylight, do you? You know what I always say.
We need it more than the electric company.
Yeah.
Well, how was the bus trip down, Uncle Jed?
Made it in just a mite under 5 hours.
5 hours? You should have taken a plane.
If the good Lord meant for us to fly, we'd have been born with wings.
Instead of wheels.
Huh? Patty, come here. Sit down alongside me. Tell me all about yourself now. You got a fella?
Oh, yeah. His name's Richard Harrison.
Like to meet him.
Had your lunch, Uncle Jed?
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll eat lunch with you.
We've already had lunch.
Then I'll wait till dinner. I'll just take a sandwich to tide me over.
Fine. What would you like? Chicken, bologna, ham?
Say, that sounds like a dandy combination. Put some Thousand Island dressing on that, if you don't mind, and a little mustard. Have you got any coleslaw?
No.
Forget the coleslaw. Don't want to be a burden. Just put a pickle on it.
Ross, why don't you take Uncle Jed up to the guest room and get him settled meanwhile?
Good. Sure, that's a sweet pickle. That other kind don't set too good.
Mom, how long is he gonna stay?
Well, I don't really know, dear. Why?
Well, I love him and everything, but what's gonna happen to my dinner party?
Well, why should he interfere with that?
Take it easy on that there banjo case, Ross.
Oh, you brought your banjo.
Yep. Thought we'd all get together for a good old-fashioned hoot.
It's one way he could interfere.
Honey, I don't think there's any reason to get upset in advance because after
Hiya,
all...
buddy.
Martin, am I glad you're home early. Guess who dropped in on us unexpectedly?
Natalie, I thought you were going to talk to your mother about that sort of
It's
thing.
not Grandma, it's Uncle Jed.
What? You mean to tell me that old... Howdy, Martin. Oh, hi there, Uncle Jed.
More coffee, Uncle Jed?
Yeah, don't mind if I do. He's really hooked on that TV, isn't he?
I'll say he's been glued to that set ever since he got here. You think he'd be worried about using up all that electricity?
I don't think he was till he figured out the free entertainment was a bargain.
Dad, my dinner party's tonight. Suppose Uncle Jed decides to stay parked in there.
Oh, I don't worry about that.
Want a bed?
What do you mean?
There's a big rodeo on Channel 7 tonight. Guess who's not going to miss it?
Oh, Dad, you've got to do something. I can't give an elegant dinner party with Uncle Jed parked in there watching a rodeo.
Patty, he's my father's only brother. What can I do?
Well, can't you take him someplace tonight?
Tonight? Are you joking? We've got tickets for Hello Dolly.
Do you mean to tell me you're going to leave your father's only brother alone on a Saturday night?
Oh, Patty, we've waited 3 months for these tickets.
You know how long I've been waiting to give an elegant dinner party? All my life.
All right. Just a minute now. I have an idea. Uncle Jed? Shh. It's only the commercial. Yeah, that's my favorite one, Martin. You got a washing machine that jumps up and down there, hits the ceiling. Please, Uncle Jed. Believe me, there'll be another one on in a few minutes. What's on your mind, Martin? Uncle Jed, you know who you ought to look up? Cousin Clarence. Clarence with us? Well, him and me was boys together. That's right. Yep. Used to go fishing every day after school. Sometimes during school. Well, he's retired now, and he lives not too far from here. How'd you like to get together with him sometime? Like tonight? Tonight? What about my rodeo? Well, you could both watch it on his set. Oh, Martin, that's a Jim Dandy idea. Good. I'll call him right now. Good old Cousin Clarence. Hadn't seen him since he gave up his automobile dealership back home. Martin, put down that phone. Ain't a gone. What? No, sir. Wouldn't set foot in that old buzzard's house if I was caught in a typhoon. Why not? Well, he sold me the worst lemon I ever bought. 32 Packard. 32? Well, that's ancient history, Uncle Jed. Here's a piece of advice for you, Martin. Never forget an injury. I'll get it. Might be for me, you know.
Well?
Everything was fine until Uncle Jed discovered a Packard in his past. Flowers. Who's sick?
Oh, well, they're for Patty's dinner party tonight.
Party? You're having a party tonight?
Well, it's just sort of a get-together, Uncle Jed.
Why didn't somebody tell me about it?
Well, it was sort of a sudden decision.
And you wanted me to go a-visiting tonight? How come? Well, you see, Uncle Jed, if you're worried about me being in the way, you needn't.
I think he's hurt.
I better go and apologize.
No, I will. It was my fault. Sure feel rotten about making him feel unwanted.
Well, just explain to him that he's gotten the wrong impression.
Okay.
Lucky I thought to bring this with me. Nothing zings up a do like a little banjo music.
Banjo music?
Yep. Now, I'll provide some entertainment before dinner, and then afterwards we can all gather around. Ain't nothing helps the digestion like a good loud sing. Well, sit down, Patty. Now, I know you young folks like to dance, and I'm real good at that, too. Oh, don't worry. I know you think I could only play square dances. Not true. I'm right up to the minute. Play polkas, foxtrots, the whole works. Here, give you a sample. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hard to get them together. Well, haven't quite got the hang of that one. I'll give you one of my favorites. Here.
Yeah, that's very catchy.
Yeah, well, and that's just the introduction. Wait till you hear the song. You know, my foot's the biggest part of my trouble. Well, don't worry, Patty. I'll work out a nice, snappy routine for your party tonight.
You know, Uncle Jed, I think it's time for young Widow Malone.
Young Widow Malone? Say, that's one of my favorites. Never miss that. You know, that poor gal is in a heap of trouble.
Patty, I wish I could suggest something.
I've got an idea.
Yeah?
Why don't you entertain my friends and I'll go see Hello, Dolly?
Patty, I know how you feel. But for all you know, your friends might find him kind of quaint and interesting. I think you're exaggerating the problem. It's all relative.
Mm-hmm. Yours.
Martin, maybe we should give him one of our Hello, Dolly tickets.
You mean you wouldn't mind giving it up?
Me? He's your uncle.
Well, now, wait a minute.
Shh. I want to hear this.
This offer is good anywhere in the metropolitan area. Remember, we'll install a color TV set in your own home for 1 week, free of charge.
Did you hear that?
What was it?
An answer to my prayer.
You sure there's no extra charge for this?
Not a penny, Uncle Jed.
If that don't beat everything. Wait till I get back home and tell them that they've seen the rodeo in real live color.
Yeah, you'll practically be able to smell the horses.
Yippee! Say, Patty, you sure you young people won't mind my passing up the dinner?
Sure we'll mind, Uncle Jed. But we wouldn't want you to miss your rodeo in color.
Patty, I'm leaving you all my money. So to make some.
Pat, I'll have everything ready to serve before we leave for the theater.
Okay, Mom. How's the table look?
Oh, but it just looks beautiful, dear. Where are the candles?
Oh, I knew I forgot something. Ross!
Yeah?
Look, would you run down to the store and get some pretty candles for the dinner table?
Just as soon as I check out the tape machine.
Ross, there isn't time.
Well, you want elegant dinner music, don't you? Oh, I blew a fuse.
Oh, brother, I really needed this tonight.
Ross! Hurry up, dear. Run down and put in a new fuse, will you?
Yeah, be fast about it. I got to dress.
Hold on there, Sonny. Fuse won't do us no good.
What do you mean?
Take a look outside, honey.
Holy cow, the whole neighborhood's black.
Well, you can't blame that one on me.
That's electricity for you. Not dependable.
Got the radio on.
And at exactly 6:15 p.m., a massive power blackout struck the borough of Brooklyn.
The whole borough?
Yes, the whole borough. Crews are already at work trying to repair the damaged lines, but a power company spokesman estimated it'll be 4 to 8 hours before we'll have lights again.
4 to 8 hours? Oh.
There goes my rodeo.
Mom.
I'm terribly sorry.
It's all right. There'll be another rodeo.
Oh, darling, now don't be upset.
Here, now, Patty. What's wrong?
Don't you understand? I can't have my dinner party now.
How come?
Uncle Jed, the whole house runs on electricity.
Don't see why that should interfere with anything.
How am I going to cook dinner?
You got a fireplace, ain't you? Ross, get a fire started.
Right.
Got candles in the house, ain't you?
No, we never got any.
Oh. Ross, I'll get that. You run on out and get us a whole heap of candles.
Right.
Uncle Jed, you really think this is going to work?
Why not, sis? Eating was invented long before electricity.
Nobody has any candles?
Everybody got there ahead of me. They're all sold out.
Uncle Jed, what are we going to do now? We can't eat in the dark.
No. It's only one thing to do.
What's that?
Make our own candles.
How do you do that?
Natalie, you got any paraffin in the house?
Why, yes, I have.
Patty, take all she's got and put it into a pot and melt it on the fire.
Okay. Do we need anything else?
Here. Need some milk cartons, some string, some clothespins, and some coleslaw.
We still don't have any coleslaw.
Oh. Well, then bring me another pickle.
Poor Martin, stuck in his office.
How to say, fit was invented for elevators.
Uncle Jed, you're out of this world.
I may be soon, Patty, but I ain't yet.
Patty, it's no use. I just can't get a line. Everybody in town must be on the phone.
Oh, that's it. I'm wiped out.
What's got into the churn now?
Oh, Ross has been trying to call Patty's friends to tell him that the dinner is still on and he can't get through.
Ain't you got a bicycle, Sonny?
Of course.
Well, don't just stand there. Get out and spread the word, Paul Revere.
Yeah, one if I land, two if I see. Candles, that is.
See, Patty, you can't let life get the better of you. You got to take it by the handles and make it go down the right furrow.
Uncle Jed, will you marry me?
Sweet child.
Oh, Patty, it's just the most perfect dinner. And I really love your dress.
Oh, thank you, Ross. Hey, did I happen to mention that it was an original from Paris, France?
Every now and then.
I got my tux from Louis' rental service.
It's wild, Richard. It's really you.
No, it's Louis. Hey, kids, why don't we go in there and dance?
Haven't you heard, Richard? It's Blackoutsville. Even the transistor radios are out.
Well, what are we going to do now?
Sonny, glad you asked that question. Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Lost my partner, what'll I do? Skip to Maloo, my darling, hey.
Skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip to Maloo, my darling.
Hey.
You'll find another one prettier too. You'll find another one prettier too. You'll find another one prettier too. Skip to Maloo, my darling.
Skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip, skip, skip to Maloo, skip to Maloo, my darling.
Bravo!
Why, Martin, what happened to you?
You ever try to walk down 56 flights of stairs?
Oh.
Hey, Patty, I see you had the party after all, huh?
Yep, thanks to Uncle Jed. He managed everything.
Well, you see, there's a lot to be said for the old-fashioned ways after all. Hey, Martin, how about this one? Used to be your favorite. Still is.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the saints go marching in. Oh, when the sun begins to shine. When the sun begins to shine. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the sun begins to shine. When the trumpet sounds a call. When the trumpet sounds a call. Oh, Lord, I want to be in that number. When the trumpet sounds a call. While strolling through the park one day, in the merry, merry month of May, I was taken by surprise by a girl.
Hey, Mike! Great timing.
Hey, now we can have some dancing music.
Hey, Rich, I've got a better idea. Isn't that better, Uncle Jeff?
Patty, that there is boss. It's really boss.
Well, you know what I always say. We can use it more than the electric company.
Yeah, that's pretty good, Patty. All right, everybody, together now. A 1 and 2. While
Strolling through the park one day, in the merry, merry month of May, I was taken by surprise by a pair of roguish eyes. In a moment, my poor heart was stole away. I immediately raised my hat, and finally she. Here's Kathy, who's lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. The Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a
Just that I can't work down there at the paper today. There's too many interruptions. I figure I've got 3 good hours here before the kids get home, and I've simply got to finish this speech.
Oh, what's it for?
Oh, it's the treasurer's report for the newspaper Fresh Air Fund.
Oh, that's right. The dinner's tomorrow night, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to worry, dear. You'll have plenty of peace and quiet. I won't disturb you.
Good.
Oh, let me have your jacket, dear.
Okay.
Had your lunch?
Oh, yeah, thanks.
How about a nice pot of coffee while you're working?
No, thanks.
Oh, would you like some more light in here?
No. I'll tell you what I would like.
What, dear?
Some of that peace and quiet you just promised me.
Martin, I don't have any more time to talk, dear. I've got to hurry and get ready.
No, that door slam anywhere.
Dad, what are you doing home so early? Anything wrong?
Not yet. What happened to school?
Oh, it's still there, but the boiler or something burst and let us out early. Isn't that the end?
No, but it's close. Where's Kathy and Ross?
Well, they went to the movies.
And you didn't?
No, I decided to come straight home and take care of loose ends. You know all those things you and Mom have been bugging me about not doing? I decided today's the day.
Oh, that's swell.
I knew you'd be pleased.
Meet Kathy, who lived most everywhere, from Zanzibar to Berkeley Square. But Patty's only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair! But they're cousins, identical cousins all the way. One pair of matching bookends, different as night and day.
Where Kathy adores a minuet,
The ballet russe and crepe Suzette. Our Patty loves to rock and roll, the hot dog makes her lose control. What a wild duet! Still they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind when cousins are two of a kind.
Now, there's a match for you.
What on earth are you doing?
I'm cleaning up my room.
You are?
Yeah. Look, you've been after me for weeks to do it, so I decided today's a perfect day.
Well, honey, maybe you'd better put it off until another time.
You mean after criticizing me about putting things off, you're asking me to put it off?
Well, I just don't want you to disturb your father.
Believe me, the last thing in the world I'm going to do is disturb him. To you. Mom doesn't want you to be disturbed.
What are you doing with that hammer?
Straightening up my room.
With a hammer? Sounds like you're knocking the place apart.
Just putting in a few nails so I can hang some things up.
Natalie.
Oh, I'm sorry, dear, but we can't very well discourage her, can we?
Oh, no, I guess not. It's just that I'm having such a hard time with that speech. And my secretary forgot to put my notes in a briefcase.
Oh, well, then will you be going back to the office?
No, she's sending them out by messenger. Listen, Nat, while you're here, I want to try something out on you. I'm trying to lighten up the speech with a little humor.
Oh.
So this is the way I'm going to do it. I'll just say blah, blah, blah. Which reminds me of an amusing story about the man who asks, what is the capital of the United States?
Uh-huh.
And this other man says, half of what it was last year.
Uh-huh.
Forget it. And of course, these additional expenses cut sharply into the overall total, which reminds me of a very funny story, which I haven't thought of yet. Anyway, laugh, laugh, laugh. However, thank you. However,
Sporting magazines. I'm putting them back right down.
Well, why don't you just put them back down below there?
Oh, no. I'm putting them back on the top shelf where I got them from. I don't want to be accused of doing it wrong.
Okay.
Dad! Dad, could you give me a hand?
So on the whole, we can all be very proud of the job we've done for the underprivileged children. Which reminds me of another funny story. See, now look, Patty.
I'm supposed to empty the pencil sharpener once a week, and I haven't done it for a month.
Well, don't bother with it now.
Oh, no, if I don't bother with it now, you'll accuse me of doing...
No, I won't.
Martin, the messenger just brought this from your office.
Thank you.
What did you do to yourself?
Oh, nothing, Nat, nothing. I was just emptying my pencil sharpener.
You know, darling, I really think you should take some time off.
Patty?
Yeah?
Do you mind if I told you something, honey?
No?
If you would do things when you were supposed to instead of saving them up, it would be a lot more efficient.
I know, Dad. I keep meaning to, but time just slips away.
Do you know what your big fault is? You never follow through.
That's not fair. I'd say I'm an average follow-througher.
Oh, really? You remember last week when I asked you to pick up my tuxedo at the cleaners?
Well, now that you mention it.
I was the only man at that wedding in a gray flannel suit. And your brother is just as bad. I've been after him for weeks to return a book to the library. He doesn't follow through either.
You're not going to blame me for that, are you?
No, but let's get back to you. Did you ever send a thank you note to your Aunt Mildred for the gift she sent you at Christmas?
Well, I meant to.
But you didn't follow through. Do I have to say any more?
No.
Oh, brother. Natalie! Nat?
Yes, dear.
Nat, I'm sorry to bother you, but could you take this down and deposit it in the bank for me? My secretary sent it over by mistake, and it's all the money that the readers have sent in for the Fresh Air Fund.
Oh, I can't, Martin. I'm not going anywhere near there, and I'm late picking up Ellen now. Why don't you ask Patty to do it?
You think I dare?
Martin, haven't you said to develop character in children, you must delegate responsibility to them?
I wasn't talking about my children. All right. Patty.
Yeah?
Honey, could you take this down to the bank and deposit it for me?
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, Dad, but I still have a lot of things left on my list to do.
Well, that can wait.
You just got finished telling me I never follow through.
Yeah, I know, but this is very important, Patty. It's got to get in the bank today because it's already been included in the treasurer's report.
Okay. Here.
Okay.
Oh, here. Would you put those in the garbage, please? Thank you.
And hurry, because that bank closes at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
I tell you, I'm right. I kept records. And there's somebody who can prove it. I'll be right back. Hey, Patty! Patty, you're just the person I want to talk to.
I can't stop now, Richard. I have to get to the bank for my father.
But this is vitally important.
I can't stop, Richard. I have to get there by 3.
So? The bank's only a block away, and you still have 10 minutes.
Hi, Pat. Hi. Will you please tell me what this is about?
Patty, you remember last summer when I borrowed my cousin Larry's scooter and we drove over the George Washington Bridge into New Jersey?
Yeah.
And I stopped at a gas station and bought 2 gallons of gas. I figured up the mileage, and we got 92 miles on the gallon. Remember, Patty?
Well, what about it?
Oh, there's a guy over there I've got a bet with. He claims 40 miles is tops for that model.
And this is what you call vitally important?
Sure. It's a quarter bet.
Oh, I'll see you later, Rich. I just got time to make the bank now. Well, hope you're satisfied.
What'd I do now?
The bank was closed when I got there.
But it's only a block away, and your watch said 10 to 3.
My watch was slow.
Oh. Well, just tell your father that. It's a good excuse.
No, it's not. I was supposed to have it fixed last week, but I kept putting it off. I guess I'll just have to make the deposit in the morning. I wonder where I can keep it where it'll be safe. no place to hide anything.
Oh, hi. Back already?
Yeah.
Did you get to the bank okay?
Yeah, got to the bank.
Good. I don't like to have that much money lying around the house.
How much was it?
Well, didn't you see when you made the deposit?
Well, I'm not that nosy.
Oh, around $500.
Nice round figure.
Kleptomaniac.
What?
I can never remember how to spell it.
Oh.
Say, shouldn't you be doing your homework?
Oh, yeah. I better go do my homework. Look, I'll go get my books. I think I'll do my homework down here. It'll be safer. Quieter.
Yeah, any place you like.
Hi, Ma.
Hi, dear.
Oh, hi, Nat.
Hi.
Back from the concert already, huh?
Well, Ellen's little girl was first on the program. There didn't seem to be any use staying after that.
You're lucky she drew the post position.
How's the speech going?
Oh, fine. Yeah, I even managed to work a few chuckles in it you'll be happy to hear.
Oh, fine, fine.
Natalie, you know, we've really got to do something about these kids and their lack of responsibility.
Oh, what have they done now?
Well, this library book. Ross has been promising to return it for weeks. I just can't believe it.
Martin, you shouldn't read Ross's personal mail.
This happens to be my personal mail. Or to be more exact, it's the deposit Patty was supposed to make for me.
What's it doing in the book?
Well, it doesn't take an Einstein to figure that out. She probably got to the bank late and she hid it in the book until she could make the deposit tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
What bothers me is that I asked her if she got to the bank and she said yes.
Well, she wasn't lying, Martin. She did get there. Late.
Boy, I could just...
Please don't yell at her.
No. Who's going to yell? I'm not going to say a word to her, Natalie. Not a word. But when she goes looking for it in this book, she's going to get quite a shock. No, not making this deposit is bad enough. But trying to hide it from me is something else again. You know, I can't have her lying to me like that.
You know she never lies.
No, but she's got a great talent for curving the truth.
That isn't so.
Oh, no? Just watch this.
Will I be in your way down here?
No, no. Will I be in yours?
No.
Good, good. Patty, when you were in the bank today, you were in the bank, weren't you?
You already asked me that.
Oh, did I? Oh, that's right, I did. What about the deposit slip? You never gave me the deposit slip.
Do you really want it right now? I hate to run all the way upstairs again.
Oh, is that where it is?
Well, what is?
The deposit slip?
Dad, I'll never get my homework done if you keep asking me all these questions.
Martin, come on, let me hear the rest of your speech. I'd like to see what else you think is funny.
Look, Ross, why don't you... Ross, don't you have any homework to do?
I'm going to follow my usual policy of letting it go to the last minute, in case the world comes to a sudden end.
Look, don't you have someplace else you can go?
Sure, if I had 42 cents.
Here's $1. Now you can stay twice as long.
Gee, thanks. What'd you do, rob a bank?
What do you mean by that?
What do I mean by what?
Telephone for you, Patty. Thanks, Kath. Hello? Yeah? Richard, I don't have time to be running all over town in your cousin's scooter taking mileage checks. I don't have time, Richard. Goodbye. Have you seen a book called The Red and the Black? Yes. Where? Ross took it back to the library. You what? Well, he said someone gave him the money for the fine. Oh, and I know exactly who that was. Rich, Oh, I'm glad I caught you. Look, can you come right over and pick me up? Yeah, we're going to check the mileage from here to the library. Now, hurry up. Look, my brother, Ross Lane, brought back a book by mistake, The Red and the Black.
By mistake?
Yeah. You see, I was in the middle of it. I was just getting through the red part, and I didn't get into the black yet, so I got kind of hung up, you know?
Well, I'll check it for you. You say you returned it this evening?
Yeah.
Yes, it was returned. It was overdue.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. Look, I promised to bring it back on time if you let me take it out again.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's been taken out.
Oh, no. Who took it?
I'm sorry. We're not allowed to give out that information.
Oh.
How would you like a life of the author Stendhal?
Anybody's life would be better than mine. The life of Stendhal, Sounds very interesting. Would you mind showing me where it is, please?
Yes, certainly. Critical study of Stendhal.
Sounds interesting.
This one contains his letters to Madame... Oh, dear. No, not this one.
You know what? I just remembered I can't do any more reading tonight because I'm behind on my television watching. Thanks very much anyway. Did you get the name?
A party named Higglemeyer.
Oh, good. What's the address?
I didn't get it.
What's the first initial?
I didn't get that either. I didn't have time. It took me too long just reading the name Higglemeyer.
Come on, we can still look it up on the phone. There can't be more than one Higglemeyer. Thank you. I'm sorry I bothered you, Mrs. Higglemeyer. Goodbye. Well, it's the 9th wrong Higglemeyer. Only 6 left to go.
I thought Higglemeyer is such a common name.
I don't know. Hello, is this Higglemeyer? I'm calling from the public library. Mr. Higglemeyer, did you happen to take a book from the library this evening? No, I'm not accusing you of stealing a book, Mr. Higglemeyer. I just wondered if you borrowed it. You know, with your library card. You don't have a library card. Well, thank you. Yes, I understand. We're all tired when we come home from work. Thank you very... Yes, that's right. Television does take a lot less out of you. Thank you very much, Mr. Higglemeyer.
If The Red and the Black is such an advanced book, why did Ross take it out?
I don't know. He probably thought it was something about roulette. Hello, is this Mrs. Higglemeyer? Mrs. Higglemeyer, did you happen to take a book from the public library? The Red and the Black? You did? Oh, that's great, Mrs. Higglemeyer. Goodbye, thank you.
She's got it, huh?
I'll say. And once I get it, I'll be saved. Or to put it another way, I'll be out of the red and into the black. Mrs. Higglemeyer?
Yes, come in. You're late, you know.
I am?
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Oscar! The sitter's here! Did you ever see a man takes longer to dress than a woman?
No, that's pretty strange.
You're 20 minutes late. That's a bad way to start out.
Yeah, well, I'm awfully sorry. I had a little trouble finding the address.
Well, the baby's asleep in the bottles in the refrigerator. Oscar, will you hurry up? No visitors. There's sandwiches in the kitchen. Keep the television down. Oscar, I'm waiting! Oh, another thing. The emergency phone numbers are right here by the telephone.
Good.
Yes, what is it?
My father had a flat tire. That's why I'm late.
But who are you?
The sitter.
Oh, you can't be. You're already here. What? I mean, wait a minute. Are you sure you've got the right apartment?
Is this 1B?
No, it's 4B.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Well, at least I got the right letter. No visitors, the bottles in the refrigerator, the sandwiches are in the kitchen, keep the television down, and Oscar will be ready any minute. Goodbye.
You didn't get it, huh?
Oh, no? Richard, it's not in here.
Oh, look again.
It's not in here. I must have dropped it inside. I'm going back. Go away.
Well,
I think I dropped my gloves inside.
You weren't wearing any.
You sure?
Positive. And aren't you going to be late for your babysitting?
Mrs. Higglemeyer, I may as well tell you the truth. I'm not a babysitter.
Well, then what are you doing here?
I'm looking for $500.
Oscar!
Well?
Well, I'm gonna have to tell my father the truth. Dad? I have something to tell you, if you're not too busy.
Well, I am, but I think this is something I've been waiting to hear.
Well,
Excuse me. Hello? Oh, yeah. Oh. Well, you can handle it. Right. Well, I'm ready to hear what you're apparently ready to tell me.
good. I just wanted to tell you I'm home. Bye. I still don't think you should have taken it out of the briefcase. Why not? It's my responsibility. I'm just following through like I was told. But how is poor Uncle Martin going to feel when he finds it gone? The same way poor Aunt Patty felt. The only problem is I won't sleep a wink all night worrying about all this money. Well, why not deposit it now? Kathy, the banks aren't open at night. I know that, but you could put it in the night depository. The what? Right outside the bank, there's a slot that you can drop it in. A lot of people make night deposits that way. Oh, boy, now you tell me. Where were you at 3:01 today?
What are we looking here for if you're so sure you had it in the den?
Because I'm not sure of anything anymore. And besides, we've looked all over the den. You haven't been doing any house cleaning, have you?
What is that supposed to mean?
You know how you are when you're cleaning up. You throw everything out.
Not money. You should never have hidden it from Patty in the first place.
I was just trying to teach her a lesson.
And instead you learned one.
Natalie, one thing I do not need right now is a sermon.
Hi. Looking for something?
Yeah, an envelope.
Oh? What kind of envelope?
Well, it was the one, it was about that big, you know.
Oh. Was there anything in it?
Yeah, it had a,
Oh, Martin, for heaven's sake. Patty, it was the envelope with the bank deposit in it.
Yeah, which you didn't make, and you hid in a book, and now it's lost.
You left out one step, which I didn't make, and I hid in a book, and you took out, but it's not lost.
Patty, that has nothing to do with it. The factory... It's not lost.
No.
You mean you know where it is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where is it? Where?
It's in the bank where you told me to put it.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Patty. You know perfectly well you didn't make a deposit this afternoon.
No, I made it tonight. I put it in the night depository.
You did? You mean it's really in the bank?
Yeah.
Then everything's all right.
Boy, it certainly is. Wow. No, it's not.
What's the matter?
You know perfectly well what's the matter. You didn't do what you were supposed to do in the first place, and you caused me needless anxiety and concern.
I suppose if I said all's well that ends well, it wouldn't do any good, huh?
No, it wouldn't.
How about two wrongs don't make a right?
What does that mean?
I don't know. I just thought I'd throw it in. Well, I guess I'll have to admit it. I was wrong.
Well, wouldn't you say that some punishment was indicated?
I guess so.
What would you suggest?
Don't send me to the bank anymore.
I think something a little more drastic than that.
Well, I suppose you could cut my allowance.
No, that's not severe enough.
Martin.
Now, Natalie, I'll handle this. The punishment I have in mind is quite severe, but I think it's very fair.
Well, I guess I deserve it. What is it?
You're going to have to listen to my speech. Ladies and gentlemen, how's that for a start? Before I make my report tonight, I'm reminded of a funny story about...
Here's the mail.
Oh, thanks, hon.
Who's your letter from, dear?
Aunt Mildred. It says, Dear Patty, thank you for your lovely letter. I'm so glad you enjoyed the Christmas gift.
Hey, you wrote her a thank you note. Good.
Incidentally, I wonder if your father ever got the scarf I knitted for him for Christmas. I never heard from him.
Oh, no, I thought I wrote her a thank you note.
Sure.
No, I swear, I really did think so.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's very nice. I mean, after Aunt Mildred went to the trouble to knit that wild scarf. Don't you think some punishment is indicated?
Oh, I certainly do.
Okay, what's the punishment?
That you wear the scarf.
most everywhere. From Zanzibar to Berkeley Square, the Patties only seen the sights a girl can see from Brooklyn Heights. What a crazy pair, but they're cousins, identical cousins, and you'll find they laugh alike, they walk alike, at times they even talk alike. You can lose your mind.